Hurry up! Who is that?
Hello? Police? I want to report robbery.
Sir, the crime happened 30 minutes ago. The victim informed that the shop was not open for business yet. The robber entered the shop through the front entrance. He was holding on to some sort of a knife which he used as a weapon.
How much was stolen?
He originally took $4,000, but as he was running away, he dropped some of it. He got away with $650.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Senior Investigation Officer Kamil. Can you tell us what happened?
He pushed me from behind when I was entering, and he threatened me with a weapon.
Then what happened?
Then he asked me for money, so I took out the cash box and gave him the money that was inside.
When you said he asked you for money, what language did he use?
English. He spoke in English.
Can you describe him?
He was about the same size as me, but I couldn't see his face because he was wearing a white mask covering his face, and he wore a white motorcycle helmet.
Can you describe what clothing he was wearing?
He was wearing dark-colored long-sleeve jacket, dark green t-shirt, black pants and black shoes. And he was wearing white knitted gloves, the kind used for construction work.
Did you manage to see which direction he ran towards?
To the car park behind the block. Help! Robert! Then I saw him running to the next block, but he was too fast. I couldn't follow him. Luckily, he dropped some of the money he stole.
Ma'am, do you have a CCTV camera in the shop?
Yes.
Can we take a look?
Sure.
The robber is wielding a saw blade. Now that's not something that you find lying around the house.
Could be that the robber's familiar with heavy machinery, or he works in construction.
Okay, canvass the area for any possible witnesses and gather any CCTV footages from around the block. He might still be armed, and if he's desperate enough, he can injure someone seriously. We need to find him ASAP.
Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, can I have a copy of this CCTV?
Sure.
Suresh! The CCTV is facing the car park.
Yes, that CCTV camera that faces the car park is mine. I knew it would come in useful one day.
Can we see the footage?
Of course, of course. Here it is. About 11 a.m. just now, right?
We've gone through police camera footage from the HDB blocks and the CCTV from the car park entry.
Do we have any leads to where the suspect was heading?
So, as far as we can tell, after the robbery, the suspect fled in the southeast direction riding a black bicycle.
Anything else?
Earlier, I put out a taxi broadcast crime alert to all taxi companies to inform their drivers to be on the lookout for a male subject wearing a white motorcycle helmet, a dark-coloured long-sleeve jacket and pants, and riding a black bicycle. We got a tip-off from a vigilant taxi driver.
White helmet, dark jacket, black bicycle. It's him. Hello? Police? I saw the person described on the taxi broadcast crime alert.
And according to him, the suspect is headed towards Eunos Link.
We checked with LTA for bus stop CCTV camera footage along the same route. He crossed an overhead bridge and we managed to track him heading into the private estate in Kembangan.
The private estate at Kembangan is a pretty large area. He could have exited at any number of points. Canvass the area. Maybe someone saw him passing by or caught him on CCTV. Also check if any of the residents have in-car cameras. Let's see. Where is his final destination?
Hi, sir. I'm Investigation Officer Andy. Have you seen a man wearing a white helmet riding a black bicycle around here?
Oh, no.
No? Alright, thanks for your help.
My SIO Kamil. Have you seen this person before?
No.
Hi, madam. Did you see a man wearing a white motorcycle helmet and riding a black bicycle?
No.
Does your house have a CCTV?
No.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Have you seen this person before? No. Thank you.
Hi, miss. I'm Investigation Officer Suresh. Did you see a man wearing a white motorcycle helmet and riding a black bicycle?
No.
And does your car have an in-car camera?
No, I don't have.
Okay, thank you very much for your help.
Hi, sir. Can I have a look at your CCTV camera footage, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Alright, that's what we need. Can you WhatsApp me this video at this number, please?
Okay,
Alright, thank you for your help, Mr. Pun. Suresh, I've updated the map according to the latest sighting of the subject. According to the route he's been taking, his next destination should be around Bedok North.
I'll put out an alert to look out for the suspect there. Hello, POCC.
Watch Officer Reza here speaking.
This is Investigation Officer Suresh from Bedok Division. Please send a lookout message for a male suspect wearing a dark-coloured long-sleeve jacket and pants. He was last seen wearing a white motorcycle helmet and riding a black bicycle.
Roger noted. Can I check where this suspect headed to?
Last seen heading towards Bedok North. Suspect is believed to be armed. Approach with caution.
Roger noted. Obstruct to all ground resources to look out for a male suspect wearing a dark-coloured long-sleeve jacket and pants. He was last seen wearing a white motorcycle helmet and riding a black bicycle. Suspect was last seen heading towards Bedok North and is believed to be armed. Approach with caution. Obstruct to all ground resources to take note. Message and Obstruct standing by.
Hello, Suresh speaking. A man fitting the suspect's description has been caught on a police camera at Bedok North. Could you send me a screenshot of the image now? Thanks. Man matching the suspect's description went into Fong Chin Capital.
Yeah?
Here's a screenshot image. Can't really see his face.
Same clothes. Could be our guy.
Possible. Let's go and see what he was doing there.
Let's go.
Hi. I'm Investigation Officer Suresh. Have you seen this man earlier?
I can't tell if it's the same guy, but he's wearing the same clothes, and he also had this same white motorcycle helmet.
Why was he here?
Or he was paying off a loan.
How much did he borrow?
The loan amount was $400, but it might not have been his debt.
You mean he was paying off someone else's loan?
Yes, you can pay off someone else's debt as long as you have the person's name.
Do you have this man's name and contact number?
No. But I have the contact details of the person whose debt he paid off.
Okay, that'll do.
We need to see your CCTV footage.
Okay, follow me.
I need a copy of this and the borrower's details.
Okay.
Finally, you have a clear shot of the suspect. At least now we know what he looks like.
Hopefully the borrower will be able to lead us to him. Or better still, the suspect is the one who borrowed the money.
Well, we know one thing for sure. He's still armed. Look at the white plastic bag he's carrying. It has a saw blade in it.
We need to find him before he uses that weapon to hurt anyone. The armed robber and the borrower are the same person, Hashim Hamza.
According to our records, he's been unemployed for the last 6 months. Before that, he used to do odd jobs here and there.
There was no one at his registered address when we checked, so we posted a couple of men there to keep watch, just in case Hashim returns.
Any history of criminal offences?
Yes, he does. Offences date back to 1987. Drug offences, snatch theft. Released from prison in 2014, he found work as a cleaner before being let go.
Any relatives?
No known family members, relatives, or friends.
Hello, yes. Come here. Yes, we are still investigating the armed robbery case. The suspect was caught on police camera at Bedok North. Okay, send the footage over. Hashim's not carrying the helmet, and I can't see the saw blade.
He still had both items at Fongcheng Capital.
Exactly. He must have disposed them and the bicycle somewhere between Fongcheng Capital and Bedok North. Andy, send some men to search the area for any signs of the two items.
On it.
Suresh, contact the taxi company and find out where the suspect was dropped off.
Will do.
Kamil, I think I got something. I've done a check on Hashim's previous offences, and after triangulating their locations, I noticed that they all revolve around this coffee shop that's by Pasir Ris Pond.
Camille, the taxi company got back. Apparently one of the drivers dropped off someone matching Hashim's description near Pasir Ris Pond last night.
Looks like we're heading to Pasir Ris. Let's go. Uncle, I'm SIO Kamil. Have you seen this person before?
Yes. He was here drinking coffee.
How long ago was that?
2 or 3 hours ago.
Thank you. There's a high chance that he's still around the vicinity. Gather our men, let's comb the area. Let's go. Based on the descriptions given by the victim, witness accounts, and CCTV footages, we have determined the weapon used in the robbery is likely a metal saw blade without a handle. After the armed robbery at Global Remittance, the suspect, Hashim Hamza, rode a bicycle to Fongcheng Capital to pay off his $400 loan, after which the suspect travelled to Bedok North. Between Fongcheng Capital and Bedok North, he discarded several items he used in the robbery. Unfortunately, the metal blade was not recovered. So there is a possibility that the suspect is still armed and a threat to the public. At Bedok North, he took a taxi to Pasir Ris Pond. He was last sighted at the coffee shop there. We will start Operation White Trooper, a manhunt for Hashim around the Pasir Ris area. Based on his crime pattern, we roughly know where he will go. We will deploy 3 separate lookout teams. The suspect must be apprehended as soon as possible.
Target spotted. I repeat, target spotted. He's headed towards the Pasir Ris Pond exercise area. Over.
Roger, heading there now. Adi,
That's Hashim over there.
Rickson, Hassan, cover the escape points. He might still be armed. Proceed with caution. Are you Hashim Hamza? I'm Senior Investigation Officer Kamil. You're under arrest for armed robbery. Did you rob Global Remittance yesterday morning?
Yes. I need the money to pay back my loan, sir.
I thought I can find something to sell to the Karangoni men, sir. Then I saw global remittance. There must be lots of money inside. Only one employee, a woman.
Where's the saw blade now?
I threw it into the pond.
Hashim Hamza was convicted of armed robbery and unauthorized possession of controlled drugs. He was sentenced to 4 years, 3 months imprisonment. In the case you have just seen, officers from the Bedok Police Division worked long and hard, trawling through more than 1,000 hours of CCTV footages, interviewing witnesses, and processing the various evidence collected at the crime scene to establish the identity of the suspect. The suspect was eventually arrested by the police within 48 hours after the crime was reported. Should you be a victim of an armed robbery, stay calm and take note of the following. Do not attempt to fight the robber. Take mental notes of the robber's descriptions and distinctive features. If possible, keep people out of the crime scene before the police arrival to prevent contamination of evidences. Note the vehicle registration plate number if the robber fled in a vehicle, and call the police as soon as possible. If you witness anything suspicious or illegal, call the police hotline at 1-800-255-0000 or call 999 for urgent police assistance. You can also submit information online via Eyewitness at police.gov.sg/eyewitness or through our Police at SG application. All information will be kept strictly confidential.
Scam alert.
There has been a big jump in the number of loan scams since the start of this year. Between January and September 2018, a total of 713 loan scam cases were reported. This marks an increase of about 143% as compared to the same period last year. Victims typically receive SMSs or WhatsApp messages offering easy loans. When the victims respond, they will be asked to transfer a sum of money as deposit before they are entitled to the loans. However, after paying the deposit, the scammer would become uncontactable, and of course, no loan would be disbursed to the victim. Sometimes, the scammers would claim to be licensed moneylenders. Remember, licensed moneylenders are not allowed to advertise using SMS or WhatsApp. Unlicensed moneylenders charge high interest rates and may resort to harassment to compel borrowers to make payments. Do not become a victim of loan scams. Ignore messages that offer loans through SMSs or WhatsApp. Block and report the number as spam. Avoid revealing your personal information such as your NRIC, contact number, and bank details. Engage the services of licensed moneylenders. A full list can be found at the Ministry of Law's Registry of Moneylenders. If you have any information on unlicensed moneylenders, you may call the National Crime Prevention Council's X-Along hotline at 1-800-924-5664. You can help stop scams by joining our Let's Fight Scams movement at www.scamalert.sg/fight. Make a pledge and receive the latest scam alerts to share with your loved ones. For scam-related advice, you may call the NCPC's Anti-Scam Helpline at 1-800-722-6688.
This is the last episode of Crimewatch for 2018. If you have any feedback, do drop us an email. I'm DSP Zaya Luentun. Until next year, do your part to prevent, deter, and detect crime.